Hey guys, welcome back to the biggest agricultural platform known as Ndunawe Ngombe, which means headman of cattle in English. My name, of course, Mitchell Mutumba Simata, aka the headman of cattle. This is video number 2, which is agro-processing. This is a sector in Namibia which we still lack. We don't have capacity in. We have 1 or 2 or 3, but mostly most of our products that we eat, may it be the ginger beer juice that I had earlier, the ginger beer that I had earlier today, is actually manufactured in South Africa. It's a South African brand, made in South Africa, and is bottled in Eagle Street, Kavango Park in South Africa. So that's a sector we lack. And I think our proximity to South Africa has been a blessing and a curse in disguise. What do I mean about this? A blessing in terms of we are able to source juices, tomato, butter, electronics and so forth from South Africa because they have manufacturing hubs. But the curse has been we have been unable to develop our own agri-processing and our own manufacturing plants. We still import a lot. You know, I was just reading an article today which was talking about how some of the local Namibian milk brands carry the Namibian name and carry the Namibian flag, but are being bottled in South Africa and are just being transported over the Orange River, over the border with South Africa, back into Namibia. So that's a problem that we have. The agro-processing sector in this country is a problem. This is why I keep on telling people that it doesn't mean if a young person says, I want to study agriculture, he or she wants to go be the farmer. He wants probably to get into the agri-processing. So let's talk about agri-processing a bit. Agri-processing refers to a subset of the manufacturing sector that processes materials and intermediate products, delivers them, which deprive from the agricultural sector. The aim is to develop and advance a new processing technologies from lab to pilot to commercial scale. Implementations using capabilities at various scales. The tech economy activities carried out for conservation and handling of agricultural products, and to make it usable as food, feed, fiber, fuel, or industrial raw material. Hence, the scope of the agri-processing industry encompasses all operations from the stage of harvesting till material reaches the end use, till material reaches the end use. For example, mealie taken, removed from the cob, pressed, cooked, boiled, or roasted, and turned into cornflakes. That's the type of things that they're talking about here, and taking it from just being a thing, taking it to being a raw product, the mealie, but being turned into cornflakes with quantity and quality, quantity and quality product at the end of the day. Inadequate attention to the agri-processing sector in the past put both the producer and the consumer at a disadvantage. It also hurts the economy of a country. Agri-processing is now regarded as the sunrise sector of the India economy. We can put it in India or Namibia, but let's talk about India in this case. The view of its largest potential for growth are like socio-economic impact, specifically on employment and income generation. Some estimates suggest that in developing countries, up to 14% of the total workforce is engaged in agro-processing sector directly or indirectly. However, in India, only about 3% of the workforce finds employment in that sector, revealing that it's an underdeveloped state and thus untapped potential. One could actually transform it and say Namibia. Proper development, agro-processing sector can make Namibia or India a major player at the global level for marketing and supplying of processed food or feed, and a wide range of other plant-based or animal-based products. So that was just short. It was just short that I had to talk about it. The problem that we have with the agri-processing in Namibia is, and as I said, the proximity of Namibia and South Africa, the fact that we were once just one big country, we were the 5th province of South Africa, has really led to a problem whereby now Namibia will rely on South Africa for many things. There are certain services that you cannot even find in Namibia that you have to, if, for example, you have a laptop. Let's say you have what special brand can I mention here? Let's say you have a Huawei laptop and that Huawei laptop breaks, you have to send it to South Africa. That's now just on technological. But let's talk about the food business, the agri-processing, planting ginger and turning ginger into beer. We still struggle with this. We still struggle to set up this companies that can do this. Half of the tomato we produce or utilize in this country is tomato being imported from outside, and it's usually being imported from South Africa. As I mentioned, that some of the milk that we use is actually bottled in South Africa and is brought back this side. So this is something that we have to look at. I have a business in the agri-processing. I have, not yet physical, but on paper, I have a business. I would love it to become something real, but the problem I have is funding is an issue. I want to get into the feed production, I want to get into the food production. But funding in this country is a problem. They have spoken about it. At least we're seeing some entrepreneurs who are being very smart, who have taken the risk. I know a lady I think she's in the Rongo region, she's farming pigs. And just then breeding the pigs, she also starts producing the polony and the pig sausages. But this is a sector that I believe Namibia needs to tap into. We need to stop relying on South Africa, because the day Namibia and South Africa go to war, I think we will starve, because we produce the fruits and the vegetables and the cattle, but beside the meat, the other fruits and the vegetables, we don't turn them into finished products for the retail store, for the consumers to have. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say bye for now.